What up, Clipper Nation? Alfonso's in here. Can you guys hear me? Should be able to. Let me know if you hear me. Hello, if you hear me. Bo Leave and Knicks to beat the Jets by 2 points. We'll let it go since you were in Europe. Can you guys hear me? You got me. Thank you. David, nice job with the setup.
Thanks, man.
Oh,
Sorry I was a little late.
you had it under control. You like that? Believe in Knicks? No, I do believe in that defense.
How much time we got? 5 minutes?
Yeah, start at 5:30. Cool. Check, check, check. Thanks for the love, mental midget. What's up, Alfonso? Game 8. Starting 3 minutes here, guys, with Clippers countdown. Won't have the extended post game tonight because it's still preseason, but October 22nd, Clippers in Utah for game 1. Yeah, well, it's not. It's not. It's just really the locker room show, like the 3 breaks, you know. Carlo breaks. End of the game, we come back, do a segment with Carlo, break, do stats and highlights, break, and then do one more segment. You got the Coach Lou sound. All right. I'll just say Coach Lou spoke on that at Media Day. Then I'll see you on Wednesday and Friday because they're on the road. And congrats on the new radio gig, Daniel. I saw that. Check.
Everything sound good, Adam?
Yeah, it sounds really good. The only problem is me. My voice is worn the F out. That is AI. Welcome into a preseason edition of Clippers Countdown, where we pick up right where we left off last season after a dramatic, thrilling, but ultimately a gut-wrenching series loss in 7 games to the Denver Nuggets, who return to Intuit Dome tonight in Game 2 of the preseason for your LA Clippers after they defeated the Joelong Lions on Thursday, 142-95 in Oceanside, where Kawhi Leonard, who had a healthy offseason for the first time since 2020, looked spry and rejuvenated. He had 18 points in 18 minutes, and the Clippers' depth shined after those offseason moves that included bringing back CP3 Chris Paul, who had 15 points, as did first-time Clipper John Collins. This team is loaded. They are legitimately 11 men deep, and so the only question is, can they get that buy-in they need from everyone to sacrifice for a bigger goal? Well, Coach Lou spoke on that at Media Day. The pieces are there. The right mentality has to follow. But I know Clipper Nation being back at Intuit Dome tonight is good for the mental game. Welcome back home, Clippers fans. It's year 2 at Intuit Dome. It's another chance to do something special as we start the journey up the mountain again here in the 2025-2026 NBA season. Tip off from the Dome. The Dome is home. Is just about 62 minutes away. It's your LA Clippers and the Denver Nuggets. Coming up on tonight's show, we'll have BJ Matthews on. You'll hear from Coach Lou, but up next, it's your radio voice of the Clippers and Carlo Jimenez. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. How do you like the new 1080p HD camera we got here, Clipper Nation? Can you see the clarity? Can you see the difference?
What's
Can
up?
you see the flaws on our
Good.
faces?
Bartley, can you just turn it down in my ears a little bit? Thank you so much.
All the way around?
Yeah, all the way around is perfect. Appreciate you.
Check 1, 2.
David Bartley.
How's that?
That is great. Gracias, mi amigo.
How was Spectrum?
A little chaotic, but we got it done.
Because they're doing it in between the louds.
Yeah. It's just impossible. Like, I felt their pain as somebody who's tried to record 1,000 TikToks out here. I was like, geez. We have, by the way, no one is sitting there. So if you want, you could lay down.
No one's sitting there?
No one's sitting there.
I'm going to lay down like Chris Kaman with the Lakers on the bench.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's no radio and no TV for Denver.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Guys, we got some extra seats here if you make it to Intuit.
Yeah, come sit with us.
Jack Coughlin's in here. What up, Jack?
Oh, he is? Let's go. Jack.
Clippers running it back. It's game 8 of the 2025 first-round series between the Clippers and Denver Nuggets. No, it's a preseason game. Matchup number 2 for your LA Clippers. They are taking on the Denver Nuggets, and we are back at Intuit Dome for the first time this season. Welcome back in. I'm Adam Osland. This is Clippers Countdown. We're just about 59 minutes away from tip-off. Still to come, BJ Matthews will be here from the Pull Up Podcast. But right now, I'm joined by your radio voice of the Clippers, a man I was hanging out with and watching a game just last Thursday in Oceanside with. That would be Carlo Jimenez.
We switched roles for that game for a little bit. That was a little
we
fun.
did. I was doing a little bit of play-by-play.
Yeah.
Carlo was on the color. He was helping me out, giving me tips. And the Clippers, they didn't need much help in that second half, winning 142-95 over the Long Lions there and Victor Oladipo. But that was a flip-the-switch second half defensively, where in that third quarter, the Clippers looked dominant.
Yeah, I mean, at one point, it had been 10 minutes before the Lions had scored a single field goal. They got outscored in the quarter 40-8. It's unbelievable when you consider it was a 5-point game at halftime, and all of a sudden, we are looking up, and me and Adam are standing at the scoreboard going, didn't they have 65 at halftime?
That escalated quickly.
Yeah, and now they have 69, and it's 2 minutes to go. Thank you.
Crazy.
It was unbelievable. Very nice defense by the Clippers throughout that entire third quarter into the fourth quarter. It was impressive to see them put their foot down. And what impressed me most, Adam, was they shared the ball at an elite level, and they shot the ball at an elite level. 66% from the field, and that's a big reason because they're able to move the ball very, very well, get different guys involved. 42 assists in that game. I mean, unbelievable stuff from the Clippers.
It was Kawhi Leonard who really stood out to me in that first half. 18 points in 18 minutes, and you could see his legs were underneath him. He had the power and that center of gravity to knock down 5 3-point shots, so you know he's healthy.
A lot of wet balls on that game, as Kawhi likes to say when he puts up a 3. What impressed me most is he was quick to shoot them. Oftentimes when we watch Kawhi Leonard take a 3, he's got to be very open or needs to take the shot for him to shoot a 3 ball. But he was open or close guarded and still took the shot every single time. He clearly feels like that is an added part to his game. If you remember, Adam, the Clippers were in Brooklyn. He took a 34-foot three-pointer. It was the longest 3 of his entire NBA career. If he can add a step or 2 of that range, look out. I mean, it was funny to hear Brad Beal talk about Kawhi Leonard. Yeah, he's a freak of nature. I knew it, but now seeing it every day is pretty impressive. And Kawhi adding that deep three-pointer, he will be just that much more unstoppable.
A different level of appreciation for some of his new teammates now with him and Bradley Beal and CP3. Not new to the Clippers, but new to playing next to Kawhi. They have had a relationship for a while, but it was great to see Chris Paul. He really took over in that second half as well. Had 15 points, did not shy away from taking threes himself.
No, knocked down 4 threes on 5 attempts, 6 rebounds, by the way, for Chris Paul, which is an impressive number considering he's the smallest guard on the floor multiple times. And his comfortability with Brook Lopez in that pick and roll, there are some things that if you're not in year 7 or 8 and you're not in the prime of your athletic career, probably deteriorate. The IQ of Chris Paul, the ability to navigate a pick and roll, that just gets better every single year. And to have him come off your bench to run a pick and roll, it's unbelievable. Considering a guy who was a 9-time All-Star, one of the NBA leaders in assists and steals in his career, Chris Paul's ability to find guys on the pick and roll really stood out. The Clippers were excited when they got Bogey to run the pick and roll in the second half of last season. They have the pick and roll master in Chris Paul. Not only is he going to run the pick and roll, but he can teach guys like Bogey and Chris Dunn how to run that pick and roll.
Clippers' second unit looks devastating to the opposition right now. It's only one game. Tonight they're taking on the Denver Nuggets back at Intuit Dome. Tip-off is 56 minutes away. Coming up next, more with Carlo Jimenez. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to Clippers Countdown here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. I didn't tell Carlo we were doing this more, but he can.
What?
I didn't tell Carlo we were going to hold him over for another segment, but you know what, guys?
No, you didn't.
I'm just happy to be here and happy to see him.
We're back, baby.
Sound good,
so
man.
back.
So back. So back.
Whole squad ready.
Yeah.
Big bro out, but Dave is holding it down like a G.
Come on now. Barley. That's fire.
Good to see you guys in the chat. I ended up, so I did 4 hours solo of Fox Sports Radio last night from 11 to 3 a.m.
I forgot about that.
I had Petros on, I had La Murray on, but I did a story on the Clippers and Adam Silver and his history of, how he runs things as a commissioner. And so I started a simulcast. When I did that story, I went on to Clippers Talk at like 1:30 in the morning and fired it up. And there were still like 50 people in here.
That's awesome. Dude, shout out the Clipper Nation, bro.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I had one guy come up to me late last year and was like, when it's 1:30 and I'm supposed to be in bed and I can watch Clippers Talk, nothing gets me going. I was like that. I was like, heck yeah.
Clippers Talk After
That's
Dark,
what I'm talking about.
CTAD.
Oh, we're on ESPN tonight.
So we got longer breaks. All right. Speaking of, I got to check the rundown sheet for the commercials here.
I got chamomile tea.
Chamomile,
I might fall asleep. Just a heads up. Isn't it supposed to help
I got
you
an
fall
extra
asleep?
5-hour energy. That is typically one people have at night.
I guess it's nighttime.
Don't worry, Carlo. I'll just elbow you.
Yeah, just punch me really
Pow,
hard.
right in the ribs.
If you don't get a tooth out, it's a bad punch.
Hockey is back. It's your LA Clippers back at Intuit Dome for Game 2 of the preseason. 2 more to go after tonight. 4 total. They're taking on the Denver Nuggets, a team they're pretty darn familiar with. A familiar foe returns to Intuit Dome, and we're just 53 from tip-off. Still to come time in Clippers Rewind, but we're back with Carlo Jimenez, your radio voice of the Clippers. Carlo, a new addition to this team that I think a lot of fans have been clamoring for and asking for, and Lawrence Frank said, I got you. John Collins is officially a Clipper, a fan favorite before he became a Clipper. He also looked great on Thursday night in their 142-95 victory over the Long Lions.
I just want to know how many people on Clippers Reddit were celebrating with a drink that night. The people who've been clamoring for the John Collins trade. And they probably felt like, we made it happen.
Speaking into existence.
Exactly. Manifestation at its finest. David Adelman talked about it pregame here at Intuit Dome. The addition of John Collins is something he said was underrated around the league. Now, when the opposing coach is talking about an addition you made and already feels like this is something that could be a seismic change for the Clippers when it comes to how they run their offense, their ability to have an elite rim protector, not only with his ability around the rim, but then also somebody who can attack the rim and fly high like Derrick Jones Jr., the bounce bros, as they call themselves. It's an addition the Clippers have been wanting because they want the youth, the flashiness, that ability to play a bigger 4 next to Kawhi Leonard, maybe a 3.
Specifically against a team that has Aaron Gordon.
Yes. Yeah, it would make sense against a team like Aaron Gordon. You think about a team like OKC and J-Dub. He's a really big wing that John Collins can guard and then play offense against on the other side. anytime you get length and athleticism, it's a positive. And the Clippers got length and athleticism and shooting in John Collins. It was a near 40% three-point shooter last season. Huge addition for this Clipper team. He describes his game like a chameleon. He could adjust to anything. The Clippers might have him show all of his colors throughout the season.
Had 15 points Thursday night, knocked down a three-pointer, and that's key when you're playing alongside of Ivica Zubac. We do expect those two in the front court at some point at least. And Big Zoo, he was so dominant in that game, they had to hold him back. It was too easy for him to score. It didn't allow the Clippers to work on their offense. He went 7 of 8 with his 15 points in 16 minutes.
I love Franz Wagner, but Ivica Zubac was eating him for lunch, breakfast, dinner, and dessert in that game. It was unbelievable, his ability to dominate the painted area. I would have loved a 50-point Zoo game. That would have been fun.
Yeah, 50 for Zoo, and then he goes and gets 50 chicken nuggets from Chick-fil-A like he's Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Barbecue chicken.
Why not?
Why not?
Put him on the block, he goes to work. But he's talked about he's thinner.
Yeah.
But he hasn't lost any strength. He feels stronger and quicker out there. And he told Sweet Lou Williams on his podcast recently that he's better than ever.
Shout out the Underground Lounge. Great interviews. Me and you both combed through all of those. What's impressive about Ivica Zubac is he's going to improve every single year. And he has proven that every single year of his career. If there's a player on this team I'm excited to see what they've added to their game, it's Big Zoo, because you know he's going to be getting better at every facet of his game every single year. He really took that leap forward last year, but a lot of that, as Ty Lue talked about and as Zoo talked about, was because he was a lot more involved on the offensive end. If you remember, Adam, in Hawaii, Ty Lue got the group together and in front of everyone told the group, Ivica Zubac is going to be a big part of our offense. And he was. And every time somebody said, well, what'd you do this year to break out? Zoo turned to him and said, I've been this good. This is just the opportunity I'm getting. A large part of that is also James Harden is his starting point guard, who makes every big he plays with better. But Ivica Zubac, after having that breakout year, he's going to add something to his game. And what that will be, I am so excited to see.
You mentioned James Harden. He had 9 of their 42 assists on Thursday night. And he was really picking his spots. He was choosy offensively, only got up 3, but you saw the burst going to his left to the basket for his 2 makes. And you could just see he looks rejuvenated. He says he's stronger than he was coming into training camp last season when everybody saw what great shape he was in. It's awesome to see James Harden continuing now at the age of 36 to just refine himself as a player.
I was talking to Lawrence Frank earlier this week, and he was mentioning
Name
that
dropper.
we were talking to Lawrence Frank too.
He did give us a fist bump on
He
Thursday,
did.
guys.
Shout out Al. Shout out
L. Frank.
But they track every rep every player does in the entire training camp. And the guys who've taken the most reps and have never skipped a drill, Kawhi Leonard and James Harden. You're 1 and 2. And literally numbers 1 and 2.
Uno dos.
And to have that buy-in, and not only that, but to lead by example. When your top 2 players are in the best shape, taking advantage of every drill, asking, hey, can we do more? Are you guys tired? I'm ready. It's impressive, and it shows the leadership of somebody like James Harden. Every time Harden is on the floor and really in your building, he's going to be that team leader. Had the training camp out in Arizona where he brought a couple of the older guys. He says it's not really about playing basketball. It's about, I want to get to know you off the floor.
Yeah.
So then on the floor, we can play better together. And he had 9 assists in the first game in 16 minutes. In his Clipper tenure, James Harden has proven he is an elite leader along with being an elite player at basketball, and I expect him to once again lead this team to new heights.
Clippers tonight, back at Intuit Dome. The wall is ready as they're taking on the Denver Nuggets in preseason game number 2. Tip-off is just 47 minutes away. Carlo Jimenez will return in just a bit, but up next here on Clippers Countdown, we got Clippers Rewind. I'm Adam Oslins, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.
Who's our rewind?
Billups. Were you able to find it, Daniel?
Daniel. Oh, sorry, that's your phone. What's up?
Needless to say, I've taken some ibuprofen for my throat just because.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Let's see, 3 hours Friday, 4 hours last night by myself. It's mourned me.
You're like shocking the muscle, you know.
Yeah, it's gonna strengthen it, right? This is good.
This is good. This is good.
This is my training camp.
He's pushing. How far can he push? Right.
Tell you what.
Hopefully we don't get to that end.
Not 213 straight episodes anymore. I ain't pushing that far.
No, you're not doing that again.
I can't do it.
That's fair. Honestly.
I'm retired. Yeah, man. It just happened to be 213, by the way. I didn't mean to do that.
That's hilarious. Yeah, no. I agree. I mean, you built the base year one. That's the most impressive part.
Now
You
I just rest on my laurels.
Well, no, but now you have people they're not finding you. They're coming to you. You know what I mean?
They're here. The alarm goes off at 1:30 last night, and some people showed up. Clippers. What up, Jonathan? What up, Ray? What up, Daniel Weston here, our producer back in the bank, who we're talking to, if you guys didn't notice. Feels good.
All right. Joe, you want to switch back?
Clippers tipping off against the Denver Nuggets here at Intuit Dome, and we are just 44 minutes away. Still to come, BJ Matthews will be here from the Pull Up Podcast. Carlo Jimenez will return. I'll get to your player to watch, but first, we're going back in time in Clippers Rewind. We're going back over 13 years to January 29th of 2012. In theaters at the time, you had Underworld Awakening with Kate Beckinsale. That was out. Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, I think a lot of people's favorites. And on the radio in 2012 was LMFAO's I'm Sexy and I Know It. And the Clippers, they were in Denver, and it was a former Nugget by the name of Chauncey Billups who was making his old team pay. Billups. Chauncey had 32 in the Clippers' 109-105 victory over the Denver Nuggets in Denver, including those big shots late. I call him Mr. Big Shot for a reason. He was a Finals MVP in 2004 for the Detroit Pistons. Beat the Lakers. Chauncey was with the Clippers for just 2 years, averaged 11 points and 3 assists per game. He dealt with some significant injuries, but his veteran leadership was immeasurable. He was great for the young guys, and he's doing a good job up in Portland with the Trailblazers. They have higher expectations coming in to this season. Clippers, Denver Nuggets here at the Dome. The Dome is home, and we're just 43 minutes away from tip-off. Coming up next, as we get set for preseason game number 2, I'll get to your player to watch. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. You guys like the camera, huh? Mio's coming on the 17th. Believe in Knicks is just on fire. Believe in Knicks. Did you wake up early to watch your Denver Broncos? Well, thank you, Toe Bryan. It's no Brian Seaman. Bleeping guys that lost a hair in his life. Try working for once, huh, Brian? Yeah, but she was here, after NFL season most of the time, anyways. But Christina Pink is a legend. She's, I think, the best in the game. She will be missed. So got Lauren Rosen and Jamie Maggio. We're in good hands. Stop it, Mio. I ain't doing 213 straight shows again. I'm not built like that. I got too much going on. Clippers and Denver Nuggets from Intuit Dome. We're just about 40 minutes away from tip-off in preseason game number 2 for your LA Clippers. I'm Adam Osland. Welcome back in. You know what? Well, we have a moment. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification here on Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Still to come, your injury report, and BJ Matthews will be here. But first, tonight I'm watching John Collins because he's in the starting lineup next to DJ, James Harden, Kawhi, and Ivica Zubac tonight. He was coming off the bench on Thursday against the Long Lions, went 6 of 8, was bringing a ton of energy and spark off the bench with his 15 points. He was also a plus 26 out there, but doing the little things, offensive rebounds, he had 2 of them, putbacks, being an athlete out there with a ton of skill on the perimeter, knocked down 1 of 2 from distance. He is an athletic 4 that also can shoot. You're getting the best of both worlds there. I just want to see how he plays next to Ivica Zubac off the jump against the Denver Nuggets, as we saw that series last year where the Clippers at times were undersized. As I'm watching Aaron Gordon putting up threes at the top of the arc currently, he was a thorn in the Clippers side in that 7-game series in the first round last season. He was great for them. Maybe the best player in that series, considering, some big plays like, putback dunk in game 4 right here at Intuit Dome. He was dominant, but now they have somebody that can match up with him very well in John Collins. So, JC saves John Collins, my player to watch tonight. Clippers, Denver Nuggets, live from Intuit Dome. Tip-off 38 minutes away. I'm Adam Osland. Up next, your injury report right here on Clippers Countdown on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.
Daniel coming out with the bangers.
Hi, Gabe.
It's game on for your junior Clipper. All the winter camp registration is live and spots are filling up fast. Get your camper in on the action with expert coaching from the official youth basketball program of the LA Clippers. Register today at clipperscamps.com.
What?
Clipper fans get ahead of the game and
around there. Yeah.
to unlock exclusive benefits, including priority access to playoff tickets, member-only events, and more. Secure your seats today. Learn more at clippers.com/season membership.
Trying to hold back a sneeze. What up? Sit down. That's David. Got one segment here, and then you.
All right. You said he's not on for this segment? Adam?
Not this segment.
Okay.
Next
I'm
segment.
going to kill your mic just for now.
Cool. Clippers and Denver Nuggets from Intuit Dome. Tip-off is just 36 minutes away. Welcome back in. It's the official pregame show of your LA Clippers. I'm Adam Osland. Still to come, we got BJ Matthews joining us from the Pull Up podcast. But quickly here, your injury report for your LA Clippers. Still without Bradley Beal tonight. Remember, he had a scope back in May. It was a cleanup. They're being overly cautious with him. He has been scrimmaging, so we expect to see him soon in the preseason. Bogdan Bogdanović, though, got hurt Thursday night. Lower back injury. Saw him walk right by us as he headed to the locker room after that first time out. Remember, he had the hamstring injury. Those things can be connected. That was at the FIBA game, so we'll be monitoring that, but he's out tonight. So in the starting lineup would be John Collins. DJ still remains in there. More on this starting lineup coming up next with BJ Matthews here at Intuit Dome. I'm Adam Osland, and this is Clippers Countdown on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. How smooth does BJ look, guys?
As smooth as you.
Got a lot of people in the chat.
68.
68.
Too many watching Sunday Night Football. What's the score? All right, I'll look it up.
Yeah.
10-6 Lions.
Yep.
Start of the second.
Who your team?
Mine?
Yeah.
Carolina, and we won.
Okay. What's your record?
Damn.
2-4?
That's their third win. I think they're 3-3 now.
Wow.
Check.
Shockingly.
NFC South, right?
They've won 3 home games. Yeah. NFC South is weak, but the Bucks look great.
Tampa Bay. Who y'all quarterback?
Bryce Young.
Oh, okay.
I'm not the biggest fan of, but
Y'all
Yeah,
3
you're
and
right.
3.
3-3.
3-3. And
It's shocking.
Cowboys suck, man.
I thought they could win that game. We got a history against Dallas.
Yeah.
It's weird. I mean, I don't really care like I used to, but I grew up in NorCal. What's up? Yeah, not great. Yeah, it's rough when 2 guys that they let go are now stars in the league. That's Panthers' luck. Ownership is the best advantage in sports, and they don't have a very good one anymore.
Shout out to Leah Prince.
Starting something, got to be starting something. Clippers back it into a dome, looking to be starting something against the Denver Nuggets 32 minutes from now. That will be our tip-off time. Welcome back in. I'm Adam Osland. This is Clippers Countdown, the official pregame show of your LA Clippers. Still to come, we'll get to a drive around the league, and Carlo Jimenez will be here. But right now, join the show from the Pull Up Podcast and from the Sporting Tribune, that would be BJ Matthews. BJ, good to see you. Happy new season.
My man, Adam, thanks for having me on. Always a pleasure.
Good to have you. You were there on Thursday in San Diego at Front Wave Arena in Oceanside. We got to see the Clippers beat up in the second half on the Long Lions. What stood out to you most in the second half specifically? Because the first half defensively, I don't think they were happy with that performance.
Right. Just playing with more urgency. I think it was just like the matchup wasn't that competitive, but you got to be able to put them away when you can. If they're not a weak matchup, you got to put them away early, get them out the way, and get some rest.
What did you think about new Clipper John Collins coming off the bench? He'll be starting tonight, but to me, that's the type of guy they haven't had for some time now.
I think he should be the starter all season because I think why would you bring him off the bench, especially what he's been having with Atlanta, Utah. He's their best option at that position with the size, but also with his experience and his statistics.
My question, though, then is what do you do with point of attack defense? You going to put it on Bradley Beal? Because we know Kawhi Leonard's not going to be starting as your point of attack defender with his injury history.
You know what? The point of attack defense is great to have, but I think in this league, you're going to have guys that can score the ball. So no matter how much point of attack you got, they're going to still get their points. So is it better to have a 4 at the 4 position and put Kawhi at the 3? Or is it better to have a point of attack and still put Kawhi at the 4 again?
I think it could be matchup dependent because some nights you see Aaron Gordon, most nights you don't, and on those nights maybe you don't need John Collins as much. Tonight, though, I'm happy to see him because Aaron Gordon has been haunting this team for some time now.
Yeah, he is, man. I think this. I'm gonna ask you, what do you think about Denver? How we can actually crack that code? I won't say we, but how do you think the Clippers can crack that code with Denver?
Well, you saw the T-shirts. You got to get back. Get back on defense.
Back.
Those transition buckets, especially the last 4 games of that 7-game series, they really killed the Clippers there. The offensive glass, especially late in game 4, of course. But they got to do the little things because your margins of error are so slim against Denver. That series, that was a coin flip series. Game 7, of course, went their way after the first quarter. The Clippers basically got blown out.
Yeah.
And I didn't like the way they lost. But this Clippers team is right there. And while Denver got better this offseason, I think the Clippers may have improved a little bit more than Denver improved. What say you?
They got better offensively to match their defense. Defensively last year, they were above everything, but offensively they had struggles. So this year you get Bill, you get Collins, and you get another scorer with Brook Lopez as their backup center. They can actually have a balanced team this year than last year.
I know you're especially excited about Bradley Beal. We won't get to see him tonight, but we expect to see him soon. They're being cautious with him coming off the knee scope back in May. What excites you most about that particular player at the age of 32 now?
Bradley Beal, like you got to remember, with the Suns, he was a third option, and he still last year averaged 17 points with great shooting split. So in basketball, as a third option, you can only get so many shots. So what he did with his job, he did at an exceptional level. You give him more shots this year, I think he can average between 20 and 23 points a game.
Ooh, what about Kawhi Leonard, who had 18 points in 18 minutes and 5 3-pointers? You tell me, you played at a much higher level. Is that a sign you have your legs when you're knocking him down from the outside? He had a fadeaway 3 on Victor Oladipo. Like, you don't always see that. That's a James Harden move.
I think he's, at this point, Kawhi, we've had multiple years of him not getting great off seasons, having surgery. This is the first time in a long time he went to a training camp healthy. So he feels good. He feels he's like trusting that knee. So that's great news for the Clippers.
What about Brook Lopez? Because I think he might be the most underrated pickup this offseason. It's the best backup center they have had since Isaiah Hartenstein. And really, he's never been a backup center. He's a guy who was playing over 30 minutes a night last season. He's 37, but he looks like an ageless wonder. I just love the compliment to Ivica Zubac with him coming off the bench.
We got our backup center. I keep saying that. The Clippers have their backup center. That's what they desperately needed to get Ivica Zubac some rest, some minutes. Brook Lopez somewhere between 15 and 17 minutes a night. I think the Clippers are in good shape.
Do you expect to see some Twin Towers action at any point this year with those two? Only because, Brook can shoot it from the outside a little bit. He's got a 3-ball. No, you don't like that look?
I don't like it's too slow. That's too, in this NBA, that's too slow.
It ain't 1995 anymore?
Nah, that's nasty basketball. No.
This Clippers team, what are your expectations this season? Because a lot of people are starting to come around and seeing the level of talent on this team and them being healthy coming in to start this season, that they could be in the inner circle of contenders, not just in the West, but in the entire league.
Yeah, West, you got OKC, Denver, Houston, name some other teams in the Western Conference, Minnesota.
Yeah.
And those are the top teams, and you got the
Clippers. Noticed you didn't mention the Lakers. I like that.
That Lakers ain't doing nothing with that old team. LeBron James, he's
a sciatica. It's unfortunate. I mean, he's going to be 41 in December. I expect him to be back at some point in the next month and a half. And, hey, he was second team All-NBA last season, so he's still good.
That's crazy at 40 years old.
Yeah.
That's wild. Yeah.
But Luka Doncic comes in healthy for them. What about a team like Dallas, since we talk about injuries?
Yeah.
Because that's a team where if they were healthy, I think they'd be a top 5, top three in the West.
3, yeah.
You like the way they're built?
Yeah, I like the way with Kyrie, and they got the size with Anthony Davis. They got Derek Lively. They got Daniel Gafford. They got the full P.J. Washington. They got a lot of youth. And Cooper Flagg, he seemed to come into his own very early.
What about the Golden State Warriors? You know, everybody likes to make fun of the Clippers being an older squad. Golden State's pretty old. Last time I checked, they just brought in Al Horford. I think Jimmy Butler's 36 at this point. Steph's 37. Like, how do you view them?
They're going to continue to ride out with that ball movement. Steph Curry, Draymond Green to the wheels fall off. I don't think the Warriors have enough as far as, they have to change their system. If they don't change it, they're not going to move anywhere in the Western Conference. I think they need to utilize Jonathan Kuminga more and Jimmy Butler than Steph Curry.
So do you have the Clippers as a top 3 seed in the Western Conference? It's going to be close.
Top 4.
Top 4?
Top 4.
Top 4? Okay. We'll take that for now. I mean, they won 50 games last season when Kawhi only played 37. What happens if Kawhi plays 55, 60 games this year? I just feel like that could do so much for this team. And you mentioned him getting that offseason to fully train, to do what he needs to do. I expect them to start very quickly, especially because the schedule is actually very favorable the first 10 games.
What would you give their record their first 10 games?
I hope 8-2, 7-3 at worst. At worst.
Yeah, Kawhi playing 60 games. I think they'll be a top, arguably 3 seed. But,
okay.
We'll see because how's he going to get the load management? Is he going to sit out certain games? Is he going to play back-to-backs? Like, how's that going to work?
I mean, with his injury history, I'm not playing him on a back-to-back ever again.
You're still not playing him?
With his injury history, that knee flaring up out of nowhere back in 2024, like, I don't know how you do that.
Dang, man.
Kawhi's 34 years of age. He's too important. We need him in a playoff series. They should have won that series last year against Denver. They let that get away from them. It seemed to be simmering, though, and motivating them all offseason. I love that. I mentioned the shirts earlier that the coaching staff was wearing. We can't exactly tell you what they were, but the fact that they're this upset about losing that series, that just adds to that fuel to the fire here.
How you feel about the coaching staff this year? Ty Lue, Branshaw, Dante Jones, Jeff Van Gundy.
I like the continuity because Jeff Van Gundy, like, if he wanted to be a head coach, he could go be a head coach right now.
Yeah.
But him staying as the defensive coordinator, to me, you're able to mesh more quickly with the new guys because you're still running the same system from last year. So there's not as much of an adjustment.
Yeah, I think Jeff Van Gundy is one of them type of guys, man. He just stays in the video room after games, late at night. He always seems like he has red bags under his eyes. Like, that's what you got to do in this, game. So, awesome respect to him.
All right, he's BJ Matthews of the Pull Up Podcast. BJ, where can everybody find you here?
You can find me on the Pull Up Basketball Podcast on YouTube, Instagram, and X. BJ Matthews 38 on X, and the Sporting Tribune. Make sure you guys check out my stories with the Clippers and around the NBA. My man Adam, thank you. The best in the business. Love you, my man.
Good to see you. Love you too, bro.
Yes, sir.
As we get set for the Clippers taking on the Denver Nuggets, we're 23 and a half minutes away from tip-off here at Intuit Dome. I'm Adam Moslin. Coming up next, we'll get to your league look around as you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.
Hey, Adam, I wanted to ask you, isn't Kawhi, or not Kawhi, isn't Kyrie, isn't he out for, like, most of the season?
Yeah, probably till February or March. But I like some of the young guys. I like that they brought in D'Lo, actually. I think he's no Kyrie, but he can do some stuff till Kyrie gets back. Like,
Right.
I think that's a decent fit.
I was just surprised to hear you guys talk about Dallas.
Well,
with
I
Kyrie.
love their front line so much. If AD's healthy next to Derek Lively and Gafford, it's like their defense should be really good.
Yeah.
But, they got health issues. Who doesn't?
Yeah, they do.
He was shooting with some movement the other day I saw. I think he will be back. But like, it depends. If they're somewhat in the hunt for like a top 7 seed, then I think they'll bring him back. If they're not, they won't. I love Cooper Flag. I think he's going to be like a really consistent. I don't know if he's going to have the highest peak, but he's going to be so good in so many different areas. Like, he might not be a 10 in any area, but maybe he's 8s all around. And I think he can help him right away. Because of Noah, yeah. But I am a little worried the different outlets and people knowing where games are every night. Oh. Clippers taking on the Denver Nuggets here at Intuit Dome. Preseason game number 2 for your LA Clippers, and we're just about 21 minutes away from tip-off. Welcome back in. I'm Adam Moslin. This is the official pregame show of your LA Clippers. Still to come here on Clippers Countdown. We'll get back to your radio voice of the Clippers in Carlo Jimenez, but first, let's get you a drive around the league. Brought to you by Toyota. Work hard and play hard in our new Tacoma with an iForce turbocharged engine. It's a truck built for the bold. See your Toyota dealer today. We make it easy. Some other games going on currently right now. 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Chicago hosting the Milwaukee Bucks. New Buck, Miles Turner. They paid a steep price to bring him in using that stretch provision on Dame Dalla, but he's got 19 points in this ball game, getting some run out there as the Bucks lead by 1 in Chicago with just 5 minutes left. And then with the Boston Celtics, who will be without likely Jason Tatum throughout the whole season, but I don't know. He did a stationary dunk with 2 hands, which was pretty impressive coming off that Achilles injury. Boston leads the Cavaliers 113-81 with 8:30 left in the fourth quarter in Beantown. Derek White has 16, 7, and 3 blocks. Much will be asked of him this season, as well as Simmons, who they brought in from Portland. The Brooklyn Nets would win in Phoenix, but Devin Booker had 18 points in a 111-109 loss by the Suns to the Nets. And last one for you, Franz Wagner had 17 points in a Magic victory, 122-104 in Orlando over the Miami Heat. Coming up next, it's back to Carlo Jimenez as we're 19 minutes away from tip-off here at Intuit Dome. It's the Clippers taking on the Denver Nuggets, a rematch of a first-round series from last year. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. That's a fair point. Tell me about that. In addition. Yeah, I think it's initially going to be, there's going to be a lot of outrage. Most people have.
Are we on? We're on 570, right?
We're on 570, right?
All right, fire.
We're actually we're good though. We're on the air. All good.
Still have them at home or are they gone? Huh? Still have them at home or are they gone?
The tees?
Yeah.
No, I still have them.
Yeah.
Go. Did you get my text? No, you're good. I'll just reuse it from the old one. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, you know what though? Eventually, I took your advice you gave me 6 months ago. I finally broke down that new strap box. Let's go!
I can tag you.
This is shameless.
No.
Your 200,000 mutuals.
I got you.
But yeah, that would be it.
I got you. Can you turn it down just like, appreciate you, Bartley?
Clippers tipping off from Intuit Dome 16 minutes from now against the Denver Nuggets. Like we're back in April all over again. Welcome back in. I'm Adam Moslin. This Clippers Countdown. Coming up, we'll get your keys to victory. But first, back over to your radio voice of the Clippers in Carlo Jimenez. So from the outside looking in on this Denver Nuggets team, what do you think of that Cam Johnson move? That was the biggest shakeup to their roster this offseason here, Carlo.
It's a perfect move for a team like Denver. It really is. You think about somebody who's able to space the floor, knock down shots, be a defender who can take some of that pressure off Aaron Gordon. And Aaron Gordon played a Game 7 without a hamstring. He literally should not have been out there. He had to play so hard and came down with that injury. I think somebody like Cam Johnson, once he figures out how to play with Jokic, this is going to be a very dangerous team. Kind of the interesting part of this matchup, both of these teams could argue they won the offseason in terms of free agency and now facing each other in preseason.
They also brought back a former member of their squad in Bruce Brown, who was there for their 2023 championship. Just felt like they lost a little bit of that championship pedigree, DNA, the intangibles they had during that run. He supplied it for them. What do you expect from him back with his crew a little bit older now?
Expect him to be as effective off the bench, average a career high in points, assists, rebounds, and minutes in that season with the Denver Nuggets, and really didn't find a home since then. Goes over to Indiana, gets traded to Toronto, traded from Toronto to New Orleans, and finally gets back here with the Denver Nuggets. He feels like he's at home. What most people don't know about Bruce Brown, he's a cowboy. He loves to wear the cowboy hats. He loves to ride horses. He thrives in an environment like Denver, and I expect him feeling comfortable to be back to his old self.
Knows about that Old Town Road. They also have now their interim coach solidified as their head coach in David Adelman, who did a fantastic job, as we saw in that playoff series against the Clippers. He earned the job, more than earned it. That helps them, I think, with continuity and getting a training camp now in with their head coach.
It has been interesting because he does want to play a different style of offensive basketball. He says he wants them to play faster, a little bit more pace, push the rock a little bit, a lot more cutting and moving, not just waiting for Joker to maybe find the opening guy. But I think you're right. When you have the same voice after a season, it makes everything else easier. Not only that, but a guy who understands how the rest of the organization works. Adelman isn't going in there figuring out, okay, how do I coordinate travel? What's the best way to do team meals? No, he knows how all of that stuff works. Now, he has brought in his own staff, but I think it's a no-brainer call to hire him. There's only 6 coaches in Denver's coaching history that have won a playoff series. Adelman is one of them. He gets the nod.
Now, and going back to the Clippers, you brought him up a little bit earlier, and we've talked a lot off the air, but maybe the most underrated pickup is Brook Lopez. Yeah. Having somebody that's a true 7-footer, that is a true starting level center, willing to come off the bench because he's back with his old guy. Now Zubats is the master. Like once the apprentice, now he's the guy, because they were together in Los Angeles with the Lakers, and it was Brook Lopez being the good vet for Ivica Zubats there, and now he's backing him up.
Lopez affectionately calls Zuby as they Zuby. Two guys.
Sounds like a ride at Disneyland.
A little bit. It's just fun to see those two connect. I remember when the teams would play in Milwaukee, and Brook Lopez would scream Zubats' name, give him a big hug as they came towards the tip-off circle. Clearly has a lot of affection for Zoo, and has put the pressure on Zoo by saying, I expect him to be an all-defensive type player and in the running for Defensive Player of the Year. But Lopez's ability to stretch the floor, I mean, and we talked about this in the offseason, in terms of backup big men, the entire league is trying to find a backup 5 that is serviceable. It's just not a position that has a lot of depth to it in the NBA. And the Clippers have a guy who would start on probably 25 other teams as their backup center, and who does something differently than anybody else. Justin Russo, friend of the show, asked Ty Lue earlier in training camp, is that the strangest evolution of a player you have ever seen, in terms of Brook Lopez going from a back to the basket, posted up when he was being coached by Lawrence Frank in Brooklyn, to now when he's being coached by Ty Lue here with the Clippers, knocking down threes time and time again. His evolution has been mirroring the league, and then also for the Clippers, now you have a guy in the backup role that you trust to play big minutes in any game.
While Zubats may be one of the younger guys relative to this Clippers team, let's talk about some of the true younger guys. Jordan Miller, I know he's turning 26 in January, he and Kobe Brown both, but Jordan Miller was first off the bench after Bogey left the ball game on Thursday night against the Long Lions, and that was an interesting move to me from Coach Lue. He's back on a 2-way contract, but he has been a fan favorite. I'm looking forward to seeing some more minutes from Jay Miller tonight and just what he can provide to this team. We know he can score it a little bit. My question is, can he do more than just going to his left? Does he have that counter now because teams shut off the water knowing where his dominant hand was?
What's impressive about Jordan Miller is his ability to always score the ball. But what's jumped out to me most, Adam, and what we saw on Oceanside is Jordan Miller has added some size,
That's true.
Serious size. I mean, he has been lifting in the gym. I think Adam gave Jordan Adam's program,
yeah,
and that's why he's so big.
Well,
that's
you
what the
did the
streets were saying.
nutritional program for him. You said one glizzy a day.
Whoa, my hot dog, you mean?
Your hot dog that you had in
There you go.
Oceanside.
Yeah, I love a good glizzy.
Glizzy a day keeps the doctor away or puts weight on Jordan Miller. You're right, though. He does look much bigger.
Yes, and all those glizzies went right to his forearm and his bicep. He looks a lot stronger. Lawrence Frank called him the offseason MVP because he stuck around with the team and because he's felt like he's made a huge jump from what they have seen in the weight room and in the locker room. This is an organization that has cameras everywhere in that practice facility. They're going to know who's improved significantly because they track every single shot somebody takes. So this isn't Lawrence Frank seeing Jordan work out for 5 minutes and go, oh, yeah, he's done better. No, they literally have your shooting percentage for everything you do in the practice facility. So I have trust L. Jordan has made a huge improvement on the offensive end and the defensive end, according to the president of basketball operations. That's what I'm focused on. Can he guard as well as he can score going to his left?
And we know, and Lawrence Frank said specifically, he wants to see him shoot 37% from the outside. And that's really the swing skill with he and Kobe Brown. If they can shoot it from the outside, they might be able to crack the rotation on this deep Clippers team. That shooting, I talked with Don McClain about this on Clippers Talk last offseason. He put it plainly, if you can't shoot, you can't play in today's NBA. And it is true, especially for the young guys. They got to prove it.
Got to be able to knock down shots at an elite level. Lawrence Frank talks about how year 3 is a show-me year. What do you got? You've had 2 years in the league. Now let's see what you can do. And if Kobe Brown can knock down threes, because of his size, the versatility on the defensive end could really be a strength for this Clipper team. He can move like a point guard, but has the body type of maybe a 3 or a small 4. So his ability on that end to be able to shuffle his feet could be huge. The other thing for this Clipper young group is there is going to be a game in which they are needed. And we saw it last season. The Boston Celtics came in here. The Clippers did not have their top 6 guys playing, and the young guys played 40 minutes that night. Who's going to stay ready for 2 to 3 months when that night does come in the middle of February, January, where you are on a tough stretch of your schedule? You're playing 4 games in 5 nights, and you need somebody to step up. These guys have to stay ready. Their moment will happen. This is an 82-game schedule. They're going to get big minutes at some point.
Stay ready so you don't have to get ready as we get set for tip-off here at Intuit Dome as the Clippers take it on the Denver Nuggets. Carlo Jimenez is on the call. But coming up next, as we're just 8 minutes away from tip-off, I'll give you your keys to victory. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.
This for, you want to do it this year, I paired a spreadsheet to my overall, like, everyone's boxes.
Yeah.
You pick a guy, I put it in.
Let's do it. All right, Adam, player to watch. Joey's going to track it all year.
Oh, God.
So you're on the clock now.
What about road
games? David in here, too. No, I'll text Joey road games. That works? All right.
But I get to pick a guy. I get to pick a guy on road games.
Yeah, you get to pick on road games. You get to pick. Text me, but you have to pick. You have to text me your pick before. Yeah. All right, my player to watch. Or you guys go first. Who you got, Bartley? Pick any of these fine 20 gentlemen. Pick John Polikitis if you want.
I already picked John Collins, by the way, earlier in my player to watch segment, so he's off limits, guys. It starts.
Yeah, just pick the starter.
I'm going to take Zubats.
All right, Big Zoo.
Wow.
Good pick, Bartley.
Double.
I'm going. I don't know. Not Bogey. Give me Jordan Miller. Yeah, I like that pick. Jordan Miller.
Okay.
Who do you have?
Controversial. Non-starter.
You're on Brad. He's not playing,
Oh, he's not playing today?
right? Brad Beal's out.
Is he still out?
Correct. He's out.
Yeah.
I'll play him.
You mean you could pick him? No, he's
You
playing.
know what? I'll take Brook Lopez.
Brooke Lopez. I like that. I like that.
Daniel's got CP3.
Daniel has CP3.
Clippers tip it off from Intuit Dome 6 minutes from now against the Denver Nuggets. Welcome back in. It's Clippers Countdown. I'm Adam Osland. Coming up next, we hand things over to Carlo Jimenez. But first, let's get to your keys to victory here. Well, they are playing the Denver Nuggets, so I will say they need to get back on defense, transition defense. It has to be there. That is one of the major reasons, if you didn't know, they lost that series in 7 games to Denver last season. And also, you know, you got to help your teammate by spacing appropriately. Execute your plays with patience and precision. Create an advantage with frequent and accurate passes. And know that we also lost to Denver because our poor spacing cost us the possession battle. Get the heck to the corner. Make sure the spacing is there. Learn from your mistakes. Want to see that tonight. Even though it's a preseason game, it feels like there's a little bit more juice to this one because of the opponent. All right, here we go. It's Carlo Jimenez on the call. Clippers and Denver Nuggets live from Intuit Dome, and tip-off is coming up next right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.
The official ticketing partner of your LA Clippers. Andy Wu is a first-year season ticket member. On behalf of the Clippers and
Chat, we'll talk to you post-game. Love y'all. I'll be right back here as soon as the game's